Hi, I'm Deborah Metsger, Assistant Curator of Botany, coming to you from the exhibition Florals, Desire and Design. I'd like to spend some time looking at the connection between botanical illustration and the decorations that we see on ceramics and on other decorative arts objects. Framed botanical prints, like the one that I have here, are a popular artistic genre for home decor and interior design, and also for the interests of botanists. But we seldom stop to think where they came from. Framed prints like this were once pages in botanical publications. This one happens to be from the 18th century, some from the 19th, and of course, even earlier if you're very lucky. They give us information about all of the parts of the plant. This is of a grass, and we can see the grass flowers on the bottom left-hand side. And on the top, we learned that this is one engraved plate from the publication Flora Danica. Flora Danica is an encyclopedia of all of the plants growing in the Kingdom of Denmark, Norway, which in 1753 included the modern countries of Denmark, Norway, and the offshore affiliates of Iceland, Greenland, and the Faroe Islands. It was begun in 1753 and took 123 years to complete, finishing in 1876. And it was a publication that came from the Botanical Institute, the newly formed Botanical Institute, and its first director, Georg Oeder. He commissioned people to go out throughout the kingdom, collect plants, and to document them with specimens, which were then painted and drawn by botanical artists. And copper plate engravings, such as the one that we see here, were done from those illustrations. And they were done in two sets, a black and white set and a color set. Flora Danica has often been called one of the world's earliest public education program, for its objective was not only to document the plants that were growing in the kingdom, but also to disseminate that information widely to the public so that they would learn about the plants growing in the kingdom and would also be able to send information back to the botanical garden. So in that way, the plates were distributed to the bishops of the parishes, who in turn made them accessible to all of their parishioners. And then the information was sent back. Those would have been black and white plates, which were relatively less expensive to produce than the color plate that you see here, which would have been hand colored. Flora Danica is well known as a botanical publication, but part of its significance is that it was also the source material for a ceramic line. In 1790, the King of Denmark commissioned a set of porcelain to be made and to be hand-colored with replica illustrations of all of the copper plates from Flora Danica. And he had an artist who had actually worked on the botanical publication do all of the illustrations. It became his life work on the ceramics. This was to be a gift from the Kingdom of Denmark, Norway, to the Empress Catherine II of Russia. Unfortunately, Catherine died before it was completed, and the king stopped production, but later the Crown Prince had it resumed, and in the end, 1,802 pieces of china were produced, and about 1,500 of these remain in the hands of the Danish royal family. Flora Danica is an excellent example of the use of botanical illustration as source material for the decorative arts. The pride in both these pieces is an example of the importance of plants and of the nationalistic pride of the time. And they are truly a lasting legacy of the floral fascination in the 18th century.